By the way, did you hear Trump's speech the other day, very recently? And he talked about China with the eVTOLs, which is vertical takeoff and landing aircraft vehicles that are going to be driving us or flying us around. He mentioned how China's kind of running with that, but when he's back in power, essentially, the USA, we're going to turn some of this giant land that no one's living in, a fraction of a percent of this area, into not big cities, but like big high-tech centers, perhaps building these things. He talked about these rural cities. We're going to bring them up. He's going to get with the governors of all of the states, and he's going to ask them to, join his vision for taking, you go to some of these areas and there's these dumpy buildings, and just the whole area just needs to be renewed, almost knock down and just redo the damn thing and bring it up, modernize it. You do that in some of these places. Typically it takes, personal capital to do it. But then, it livens everything up. People come in. I'll give you a perfect example. Ybor City, Florida, Tampa, Florida. My chicken story, which I'll tell you real quick because it's a funny story, was pretty ghetto for the longest time. And to be fair, there's still kind of bad neighborhood over there, if you will. But they redid the whole damn thing and brought it up and put in, upgraded the buildings and stuff. And the whole place turned around. The whole downtown area next to it turned around. A lot of money went in, new buildings, new stuff. And it is hopping. It is happening all the time over there. It's a really good idea. Let me tell you the story first about chicken. So I worked at a water softener company after I was a mechanic, I think, for a little while. So this was probably about 1998, maybe. And I had a little work truck. I worked on water softeners, so I had all my stuff in the truck, whatever. And close by, I think it was a Hardee's, which now has been, again, destroyed and newer building been put up. Whatever's over there. It might have even been a McDonald's, but it was like more modern. But this is 20-something years ago. So it's like I left the shop and it's like practically lunchtime, and I was getting ready to go to a job site. So I stop in there. It's right down the street. Go to the drive-thru. I see they've got this new chicken sandwich, on the wall, the freaking drive-thru thing. New chicken sandwich. So, may I take your order? What comes on that new chicken sandwich you guys got? Chicken. Anything else? Lettuce and tomato. So anytime you're out there, anybody I know, we go out to dinner or something, and there's anything that anyone says about chicken, that's the response. What are you going to get? I think I'm going to get that chicken. You've got to smack your teeth really well. Chicken. Like, how dare you ask? It's obvious. Chicken. What's on a chicken? Chicken. Chicken. Anything else? Lettuce and tomato. At first, I was kind of mad for someone talking to me this way. Obviously it's a chicken, But the more I thought about it, it's become a lifelong meme for me. I get to share the story with everybody. And I got to tell people on YouTube. Next thing you know, thousands of people on YouTube are going to be doing the chicken. Mom, what's for dinner tonight? You tell your kid, chicken. Of course, you got to tell them the story too. It's just fun, man. It's good times. So I'm just sitting up here. It's not really bedtime. I'm just hanging out in my bed because Ian's downstairs. There's a couple kids over. They're loud and playing and having a good time. So Evelyn and their mom's down there and everything. I thought, let me come up here where it's a little bit quiet and just say something in this video. So if you listen to his words, Trump, he's telling you, again, all you have to do is listen to his words. He never lies. He'll tell you what's going to happen. It's the truth. Don't care if you believe it or not. It always happens. He's proven that. But he talked about revamping America. Honestly, when I heard the words coming from his mouth, it's exactly what we've talked about, even with back in the day with Cliff High, more in recent times with Woo Dude, myself, JC, friends And that is, I've said this to you, you're going to want to stick around for what happens after all the shit show. Because you're going to have access to incredible technologies and things. It's going to be a freaking amazing time to be around. So the things that Donald Trump had said in that speech, as Lindsey Williams would have said, watch their buzzwords. Donald Trump was giving you buzzwords upon buzzwords. It is going to be one hell of a time to be an American. Prosperous. That's one of the things he talked about. We're going to take these cities, we're going to bring them up, we're going to get the local governments involved, the governors. Hey, let's get some funding together to just, it doesn't matter if the government owns or not. Give them the funding to rebuild the building, make it nice, bring it up, let them buy new, tools, technologies, things to do their work, whatever. It was just an incredible speech. And then he started talking about the flying technology, about the eVTOLs. Electric vertical takeoff and landing. Now, of course, the electric, if I recall, he didn't say eVTOL. I believe he just said VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing. Why did Dr. Trump, Mr. President Trump, leave off the E for electric? Electric implies, sure, it's electric motors, but battery operated, which suck. All of these things suck. 30 minutes or so, oh, you're done, go recharge your battery. How the hell am I going to fly anywhere meaningful with a 30-minute, 40-minute charged battery? Like, what is that? I got to get there and back. You know what I mean? That's why I love the black fly. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is going to be so cool. And then 30-minute flight time, 40-minute. If you're in the EU, you get a little bit more flight time. What? That's not, the technology's not there. But you could still have the electric motors with a different power source. Wink, wink. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I know that's why Trump did that, but my little spidey sense was tingling because I don't believe he said eVTOL. When I heard it, I go, I think he just said VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing. Why did he leave the E off of there? Because maybe we have that floaty technology that Mr. Cliff Highs talked about. Joe, we got to get a couple of those floating RVs. I'm with you, my brother. I'm with you. And I might want a little sports car version if you don't mind, because I might have to get to New Mexico way faster than normal. You know what I'm saying? And again, all of these things can be programmed with the technology we have, GPS, etc., where it's a hive network. To be fair, you could do that with most cars and things right now. So if you take these things and they're all communicating with each other by default, anything within, 50-mile range or something. Once you're in the sky, you have an extremely long range that data can flow because you have nothing obstructing it. There's no buildings, trees, things, objects. You have clear line of sight. So a signal can travel very, very far up in the air. So you'd have all these things telling each other where they are, what direction they're heading, etc. And typically in the sky, it's a straight line. You know what I mean? Now, maybe you don't want to go over the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, so he goes in a straight line up to Florida, up Panhandle, Florida, make a left, go another straight line to, in my example, New Mexico. Okay, done. There's no turns and stuff. You just go. So all of this information doesn't have to be broadcasted to the whole entire network, of things flying. But within a 20 or 50-mile range, those objects, as they come into range, should communicate with each other so they know exactly where they're going. You don't really have to control them. You don't have to, take it off of autopilot. I got to take control. No, you're the bozo human that's better off sitting there being effing distracted by your stupid electronics and let the damn thing fly itself. That's the state we're in these days as humans. That's the kind of thing, we have that technology now that could do that. But instead, we still have air traffic controllers and flight following. And, you got a 12 o'clock, 20 miles, you got a Cessna, about whatever. The entire electronics can handle this by themselves and go, you know what? I'm going to turn you to the right 1 degree. I'm going to turn that guy to his right 1 degree. So he's going to go that way. You're going to go that way 1 degree, 20 miles. By the time you got, head-on collision was going to happen, you're going to be a few miles apart, a couple miles or whatever it is, from that automatic system taking over, going, yeah, we're just going to put you off course 1 degree. And then when it's over, we'll put you back the other way 1 degree, get you back on course or whatever, right? It's easy. And the stuff that he talked about coming briefly made me go, oh my God, this is really going to happen. You have a lot to look forward to, my friends. We just got to get past this little shit show. And that's what I'm telling you. I only want to come out here and give you good news. And if you didn't watch that speech at the cpac or whatever, you need to go watch it. Just a few minutes worth was fantastic, to be honest with you. And he just quickly went through it like as if nothing. And I'm listening to very key, things he's saying, buzzwords. He didn't say eVTOL, he just said VTOL. Huh. Why? Because we have the effing technology. Remember Trump related to, not Einstein, Tesla and his uncle and all that stuff? Remember that? Taking down the deep state has to take down this shit that they've left us with, this old technology. Gas, gasoline, and oil. Give me the effing floating anti-gravity ship. Thank you. So, that's all. Just want to do this video real quick for you. Just a little thought on my mind. You have a lot to look forward to. Screw the doom and gloom right now. Yes, there's going to be some more. It's going to get a little rough. Whatever. Deal with it. Don't freak out. Don't do anything stupid. You want to stick around for what's coming. I do. I want to play with some of this stuff. You're freaking twin-engine airplane. You mean I just got that dumb thing and I don't even need it anymore in a few years? That's very possible. Yeah, why do you have this old twin-engine 1966 Baron? Twin-engine Baron, C-55. Why do you have that? Because I didn't know, I didn't know it would be coming out so fast. I didn't know there'd be, highly advanced gravitational repulsion technology that's going to be released to us. Of course, you imagine that's going to be years from now. Because if we're going to build up these cities, like Trump said, take some of this barren land in the middle of nowhere, where these little tiny cities, build them up, make them great, make them profitable, just everybody. If you heard his speech, everybody wins. That's my kind of thing. I want to be with winners. Oh, come on, guys. I just want to be with winners. Remember that story? I don't have time to tell you that story. Oh, come on, guys. I just want to be with winners. Steak in a room. I just need a steak in a room, guys. Al from New York. Anyways, you got a lot to look forward to, my friends. Just don't do stupid stuff and get involved or be at the wrong place at the wrong time while the good guys clean house. Because again, we're at war. Not everything's going to be pretty. And as they said, the ending isn't for everyone. So, you might hear a little noise. That is the original Exorcist movie. My daughter, God, I think I'm going to watch the original Exorcist. They said that to date, that's like that's like the top scary movie. I go, well, it's based on a true story. But allegedly, the girl in the movie, it was actually a boy. They switched it to a girl. Supposedly, whatever. But it's based on a true story. So I was like, have fun, watch it. So I'm in here doing a quick little video. And on that note, I bid thee farewell. Keep your head on a swivel and be cool, my friends.